deputies beating and punching William McNeil Jr., who says it happened back in February, but he's releasing the video now. Here's a portion of it.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here. I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No.
So that's the first video right there. We're going to jump straight into the body cam video now. So here's the body cam video. Let me get it to the point where we can get some volume.
Uh, 2-4 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I know not this.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
Sorry, 35. I'm proper driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For the 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep. 25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. No, he's under arrest. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Vehicle's blocked in. He's locked it up. He's putting the window down. The fast try to talk to 2574. Hey, I'm about to break a window. I'm about to break a window. All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands. Here.
Investigation 33 at 15:21 hours.
What is your reason? Step out now. No, don't touch it. Get on the ground.
Put your hands behind your back. Resist. Hands behind your back.
All right, so that's that video right there. So man, D, the floor is yours, man. Me and Plug hit on it yesterday. If we have anything to add, we will, but the floor is yours, man.
So there's a few things that I just don't like on both accounts. I'll start with the young fella. They told you what it was, and they said they're pulling you over for the instance of not having your lights on in inclement weather. So they gave you a reason of why they pulled you over. Two, he closed the door and said no when he asked him for his ID and registration. Come on now, man. That right there in itself just escalated everything to a whole different point that probably you didn't need to go. But then let's flip it to the other side. You were pulling him over as a cop for his lights not being on. How serious is that? You feel me? Let's be real. How serious is that? But you have to listen to the words as he's spoken when speaking to the young man. He goes, see, you made it worse and it's going to get a lot worse. So you knew then at that moment that things weren't going to turn out well from that point. You also, when he's talking to the other individual, the other police officer, he never mentioned that the window didn't work after the young man told him the window didn't work. He's like, oh man, he just closed the door, locked the door, and the window's up. He never expressed that, hey, the reason why he can't roll the window down is because the windows don't work. That should have been conveyed. All in all, hey, that young man got punched in the face so hard, man. Like, I don't know if I could have took that lick and not probably be dead. Because I'm honestly, surprised he survived. Did y'all see how they had their hand on the back of his head, pushing his face in the pavement?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how that feels, bro. I never liked when we used to do drills in the military and they put their knee in the middle of my shoulder blades. So let alone them pushing on the back of your neck and your head.
Yeah. With full body weight.
Yeah. On both instances, they're both wrong. But as a police officer, your job is to de-escalate the situation, not make it worse. Everything is about de-escalation. When you're a cop, especially dealing with civilians. And at this moment in time, they didn't de-escalate at all. Actually, they were hyped up even more, bringing more officers. This is a prime example where those people that are cops have to really go in and look at individuals and say, hey, we have to do something when individuals are going to sue us and we know we're going to lose. They're going to lose this. So there's a lump sum of money that's going to be missing. Does the individual get fired? But yeah, he does. But in the same instance, somebody's fired. The city has to pay money. And now this individual is kind of semi-famous. All because you couldn't de-escalate the situation. What y'all think, man?
I agree with you, man. I must say, man, you and Plug pretty much hit the same points, man. Plug talked about the need for the de-escalation, how he felt the cop was almost like as that person to be the alleged offender, right? Like we can't really hold that person to the same degree as we hold the police officer to. Which Plug said that yesterday. He made a good point, and I didn't catch all the. It's unique because the more you watch it, the more you catch. And I didn't catch the part when you said like how the officers didn't even convey the same messages to each other. Like you know, and it's unique because we both were cops.
Yeah,
so,
but we could get it. But we could get it from the other side too, because when you see only his video, you think they didn't tell him nothing, but he was told a lot more than what he led on as well.
Yeah.
From his own video, it seems like, oh man, they didn't tell him nothing, but in reality, they did. So he's part of the problem. But like I said before, you got to be able to de-escalate. And let's be honest, it was a traffic stop. This should never got to that point. As soon as that dude said, call your supervisor, there was no need for him to. I wouldn't even walk to the car. I just would have called the supervisor. Hey, bro, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. No, I get it. Every instance doesn't need a supervisor, but sometimes, man, you gotta go with the flow instead of trying to set a tone that doesn't need to be set.
Yeah. And I think, and then we know what I thought about after we got off yesterday. I thought about like, this is the same city. Jacksonville was the same city who denied Warren Sapp the opportunity to speak to a supervisor. I don't know if y'all seen that last summer when Warren Sapp got arrested at Jacksonville, Florida, at the gas station and stuff. And one of the biggest things he kept talking about was y'all never brought the supervisor over. Like I never got to speak to the supervisor.
I think I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to cut you off. I think there should be a rule implemented now that if it's a traffic stop and nothing is dangerous, and they automatically say, "Bring me a supervisor," bring a supervisor out there, bro. Or bring whoever's the highest ranking dude closest. There's got to be something that changed because, well, when you keep losing money like that, some things are going to change.
Yeah, that's what. Go ahead, Plug.
But what I wanted to say was, it's Florida, bro. You don't understand what state you in. You know what I'm saying? It's different in every state. It's different in every county. It's different in every city. But Florida, from I'm telling you, from a Escambia to Dade, bro, these cops don't play. And when you in a high violent city as Jacksonville, Florida, bro, these cops gonna come out on 10. It's on 10, bro, every time, bro. When it's a young black male with dreads in your head, bro, get ready for the thunder. Because they coming, they terrified. And we talked about it last night. If you're a coward, you shouldn't be behind no badge, man. You gotta. This is the home of the brave. It's not the home of the timid. Because boy, when you're approaching these cars, it can get wild. But every situation, everybody's not violent, but you don't know. You can't judge that. But in the state of Florida, especially the county I'm from, Polk County, boy, you better don't play.
She said, I wonder if it was a rookie cop. I don't think he was. I think he'd been on the force for a while, if I'm not mistaken. One of the things, go ahead.
It doesn't matter, bro. That situation was worse from the victim to the cop. It just got worse and worse. And he was eager. Like, the conveying of what they were saying to each other, I'm listening only to the cops when they came. He was like, yeah, I told him he doesn't want to, he locked the door, he jumped back in. He wasn't arrested. Like, what you said he was resisting arrest. No, he just wasn't complying at that moment. He wasn't necessarily resisting arrest. He asked for you to bring a supervisor. Did you bring a supervisor? Did you give him a reason of why you weren't going to bring the supervisor? Like, there's things he could have done. Called in on the radio. He has on his, which is great. He had on his body cam. Hey, can a supervisor come over? If not, hey, he can't make it. Unfortunately, at least we got that on before going to break the window. But
and this I want to show you guys this though. and we got a little room to kind of freestyle since it's the guys, man, and some of the topics. So I want to show y'all this. I think this is the biggest problem with the whole ordeal. If you guys aren't familiar, you know, this person over here in the black suit is Ben Crump. You know, he got his BC on his tie. They're making this into like a whole parade about this young man who was punched. Let me see if I can get to the point where he actually, let's see what this gentleman has to say.
Also in attendance, we have the president pleading guilty to resist without violence and driving on suspended license. That entire stop was not just pretextual, racial motivated, it was unlawful. And everything that stemmed from that stop was unlawful. What we're not going to do this morning is get in the back and forth between the leaders of Jacksonville. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on the facts. And everybody saw the video. You can release all the body cameras you want, but the body camera, the cell phone footage was unedited. There's a reality. You can talk about a knife bit in the car, but it was not a weapon because he did not weaponize it. He stayed calm. The only weapon that day was a Jacksonville sheriff office. The nation saw it. Everybody saw it. And we are here for redress and get justice for the McNeil family.
Amen.
Nothing more, nothing less.
So I think this is the biggest issue out of everything that happens in our culture, in our society, is that everything becomes a money grab. Because justice is, I want to see somebody go through something and create a law from it. You know what I mean? Like almost make what D said, make it mandatory in every city or every state or every county that if you ask for a supervisor, you get a supervisor. Like we need to stop because justice isn't money. Justice isn't monetary. And that's one of the things we all know when Ben Crump is involved in something, it's monetary gain at the backside of it. And we are pretty much publicizing, hey, it's okay to not listen to authority. And then we're going to blame only the authority actions and not the person who created some of these actions. So what are y'all thoughts about that? Because this can become very dangerous because it kind of goes back to what Plug said, especially in Florida. You're now telling more young men to refuse the orders of an officer and hope that you make out of it alive. So what do you guys think?
Y'all have Ben Crump. We have Cornell. Well, we had Cornell X. He's no longer that guy anymore. Man, this is a hard situation because
it is.
In some instances, they don't treat white people like this at all. I've watched plenty of videos of Caucasian people locking their doors, running off at the mouth, asking for a supervisor, and supervisor comes, or they don't get manhandled like that in that situation. So to me, but I get it too from the opposite side, man. I totally get it. Like, you lucky you live this time. Not only that, the money ain't everything. We continue to put money as the overall goal. No, the overall goal is to make sure that we get policed in a way where we're treated humanely and treated with respect. Once we get there, then that's the best outcome for us, not the money. The money is an individual thing. That's individually going to go to that individual. But if you, Ben Crump, you, that young man who is speaking for the victim, wants to get overall justice for us as a people, then like you said, we should be aiming for rules and regulations that protect and help us be treated humanely instead of not listening. But also, and it's like you say, on the opposite end, we have to do better at being able to obey a simple order as, hey man, give me a driver's license. Because I wonder what happens if he just gives him his driver's license. And
but his license was suspended. His license was
it is what it is, bro. Like if you take that risk every day driving in a car.
Damn right.
And they probably pulled it knowing that his driver's license was suspended. But in the same sense, sometimes you just got to own up to your mistakes. And at that moment, he didn't own up to his mistakes, but he caught something he should have cut. He should never caught either.
Yeah.
Y'all know that old saying, don't let your mouth catch a whooping for somebody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think at this moment in time, he caught a whooping that he should never caught.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it's his fault, but part of it's mainly the cop's fault as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Deanna had I'm saying that right, Plug? Deanna?
Yes, Deanna.
Deanna had a good point too. She said the communities will have to come together and petition and get local representatives involved. I definitely agree with that. But I also want to have this talk because this is the first time on this panel it's actually all men. And I think
black men.
All black men too. And I think that people always talk about the breakdown in families because this guy comes from a 2-parent household now.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't your typical guy, but I want you guys to hear what his father has to say. It looked like they wrote something for him this time because if you watched his first interview, it was a horrible display of fatherhood. But let's see what he has to say here. And then right after him, the young man speaks. So let's see what they got to say.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm Alton Solomon, the father, stepfather. But I
will get to that.
Can't call him my stepfather because this is my son.
Yes, sir.
I've been through what he's been through. To see that video made me go back to the moment when I was 22. It hurted. It made me upset.
Hurt it. Mm-hmm.
But I seen what my son did that I had to do. And he sat right. And he did right. To see that is a hurting feeling. To be a father that loved God first. Mm-hmm. And to see all my kids not being able to wake up in the morning getting a phone call saying your child is gone. Wow. That's a hurting feeling, but I thank God.
Yes.
Because God got him.
Yeah.
Y'all keep us in prayer.
Honest to truth, he said absolutely nothing.
Ooh, yeah. hey, but that whole thing tickled me, boy. Ooh, yeah.
Hey, see, we gonna talk. We finna talk tonight, guys. We finna talk tonight, man. We finna talk tonight.
It was a hurting feeling. That nigga sound like he was fresh off the plantation. It hurt it.
I want to see what he did when he was 22 because he brought that up. That's the second time he said the same thing, actually. So
this is what I'm gonna say about that. With him saying that, he absolutely taught that young man absolutely nothing. And I say that in the aspect that if you got into a situation where you was driving without a suspended license and you came across a cop who treated you the wrong way, you should be talking to them in a way of making sure that that never happens or for them to put themselves in a situation where it can happen. So that right there in that instance, and when you listen to him talk, he never talks about the facts. He talks about his emotions of what he thought could or could possibly happen. I'm a little bit ashamed for an individual of such to get to a microphone with a piece of paper and say absolutely nothing.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is the perfect display of everything that is wrong with our society. First of all, he's a stepdad. So we don't know, I don't know what the son really was raised, what he got in his gene pool. His daddy could have been a thug or something, I don't know. But then you have a man up here who your son touches your shoulder, your stepson touches your shoulder and has no emotions. But then it's almost like your son didn't care about. I think kids need to see how these things affect parents on the back end. Because if he didn't come home alive, this would be a totally different story.
Agreed.
And I think we really have to pay attention to that. Deanna said, as a mother, my son won't be driving on the state.
Damn Skippy.
Ma.
You damn Skippy. See, when we was talking about this yesterday, that's the shit I was talking about.
CC, don't let your brother fool you, CC, on this. Your brother, don't let him fool you with this rhetoric he about to give you.
No, listen.
He don't be talking like this when you ain't up here. Come up here more often.
Hold on. Even with my nephew, when I said what I said with these young kids, I hope they don't watch this and think that that's cool what the hell he did.
I ain't hear that plug.
A lot don't care who tell it.
This is
a lot.
I'm gonna give you an example of what his apology.
So what did I say yesterday?
Not an apology.
I'll mess with you.
I was like, I hope that young man. I hope they don't look at what that young man did, or go get your supervisor and slamming the door and think that that's okay, because he was a goofball, bro. They riding dirty. Now we made all this. We made all our, you know what I'm saying, our commentary yesterday without knowing that Butter had a license suspended. He had weed in his pocket. You was a goofball. Yeah, you a certified goofball, bro.
But that understands. I mean, that gives us the example of why he shut the door and asked for the supervisor. But in the same instance, you don't get hit with a left hook like that, though. No. Like, come on, man.
Bam!
Man.
Bam!
Every time I see it, I'm like,
damn.
But I ain't gonna lie, he ate it. He ate it.
But D, how do
he ate both of them?
Yeah.
But D, how do we get people to understand that there's no room for freedom fighters? Like, you have to make a change in society totally different now. Like, the best option he had right there, if I was him, I would never even open my door from the get-go. I would have had my phone running, and when he came up to the car, I would have told him my window don't work. And then when he asked for the information, I would have asked him the same question he asked. If I wouldn't, but this is just playing what he did. He asked the same question, why you pulled me over? He doesn't agree with it. And then you ask for a supervisor. That moment you open that door and expose yourself, you became more of a threat to the police department than anything, because we know this. We were cops, D. If somebody goes back inside and barricade themselves, what are you thinking as a police officer?
There's something in there.
There's something in there.
And I was telling Plug and them yesterday, this police officer actually had a lot of grace, the one who initially approached him. Because it wasn't the same guy who punched him. It was a different guy who punched him. But, like, this guy had a lot of grace for him, because it ain't too many cops that are going to let you jump back in a car.
Wait, who punched him first?
It was
the
second cop that came up helping him after he bust the window.
Yeah, he came across with a mean left.
Yeah.
Mean.
Yeah. So
on the instance, this is what I'll say, because I know you talk about freedom fighters. There's freedom fighters, but not in this instance. This wasn't about freedom fighter. This is about an individual who knew he had some issues. And instead of owning up to his issues, he tried to take a way out, which ultimately he took a way out that he didn't want to take. Just luckily, it wasn't the ultimate way out. Y'all know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, he didn't. One thing I will say that he did absolutely well. He took the punch. He ate the punches. He didn't necessarily throw any punch. He never reached for anything. Those were probably the best things he could have done.
Yeah.
Do I agree with him doing it? No. But you ask, how do we get away from this? Get away from people like them. Get away from that this whole ordeal. In the instance of him speaking, should have went way different. Should have been more of, hey, I understand he was driving on a suspended license. I understand he was pulled over for a minor infraction. At that moment in time, yes, the supervisor should have came.